Troy, how good was it to be back on Saturday?
Yeah, it was brilliant to be back playing after what I can only describe as been a long, tormenting 6 months. But no, it was fantastic, and to pick up the points in that fashion was brilliant.
The plan was only to play 60 minutes, but you ended up playing 90, and a lot of that was defending balls into the box and stuff. That must be a real plus going forward into the remaining 8 games of this season.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't even know that, so I went into the game thinking 90 minutes and get through it and get the points. But no, it was brilliant. I mean, I've had 3 weeks training with the team, which I've tried to push myself through. I played 65 minutes against Luton on Tuesday, so I'm just building, and hopefully I can contribute to the fantastic work the team's done whilst I've been out.
Was the last half hour of the match a little bit tough, and I suppose that will make you stronger going into the...
Yeah, the manager said the first 10-15 minutes at Notts County Way is going to be tough, and it was tough, and especially going down to 10 men, that made the last part of the game tough as well. But it's always going to be expected after an amount of time out, even with an off season. When you come back into pre-season, you're eased in with the minutes, so it was always going to be tough. But it's something that I knew I'd have to go through, and to go through in that fashion when we won the game, it was just the icing on the cake for me.
I know you've touched about this on Kello's before, but just run us through the injury and the long road to recovery that you've had.
Well, it dates back to the 23rd of November 2017, which is where I got stamped on against Accrington at home in the 14th minute. I remember it like it was yesterday. And from there on in, I was having a course of injections and rehab, and I rehabbed for 12 weeks, came back, played 6 games, broke down, had the carrot of the playoffs, last year's playoff competition, always there, just dangling. So went down the rehab process again, got back into training, but it was far too late, and the team were doing really well. And then came back into pre-season this season. Came in, got through pre-season. Said it feels a bit funny, something not quite right. Went down an injection route again, and then again the magic number 6. Got to the 6th game, and there was another breakdown. And I went to see a specialist this time, and I had an option of either getting a different course of injections, which was a 50-50% chance, or the operation, which would rule me out for a period of time, which it has done, but it will fix the problem. And credit to the manager, he left the decision down to me. There's no pressure, and I thank him for that. And I went down the operation route, and I haven't looked back since.
Going down the operation route, because you'd had the setbacks previously, I suppose that was the most likely thing to happen, because you just wanted to be 100% sure and confident.
And I'm so thankful I did, because the injury I've got is to a deep ligament, which a scan will never pick up.
Okay.
So that's the problem we had. It was getting scans, and it was showing micro tears, little tears to the superficial ligament, but it doesn't show the deep ligament.
Okay.
So once I've been put to sleep under the anaesthetic and whatnot, and been opened up, everything's relaxed, and you can see what was going on, and it was in a bit of trouble. So we've now rectified that, and like I said, I haven't looked back since. No issues whatsoever.
You missed the promotion running last season, having made quite a few appearances during that season.
Yeah.
How pleasing is it to be back at this stage of the season with Exeter City in the playoffs and looking to those top 3 places and being involved in that?
It's brilliant. It felt a bit like deja vu when I was doing rehab, because I was rehabbing at a similar stage slightly earlier last year.
Yeah.
But the fact that I know that everything's A-OK, and I can, like I say, contribute to the fantastic work that the team's done already is brilliant. I've said to my family and friends, I said I'm just happy training every day, feeling like an athlete and being out there, and the sun's shining now. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it must be great to train.
That's lovely. I've missed all the snow and the winter months, so it's good timing.
Exeter's defensive record in 2019 has been superb, with the club just conceding 9 goals in 13 games so far this year. What do you think the keys to that defensive record have been?
I think we've had defensive records before, and I've always said it's defending as a team, collectively from the front, and I think the manager's really put a lot of thought and attention to that, and we've done it well. And of course, individual performances within the back four have been brilliant. And Christie's been brilliant. He's made some crucial saves at some crucial times. I think sort of last week. So yeah, long may that continue.
How good is it to work with a manager like Matt Taylor, who is a central defender himself?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, you got Jordan Story last year, who at a certain stage of the season wasn't anywhere near it, and the manager was working with him one-to-one, and his game improved. So it can only stand any defender in good stead. You know, Dara O'Shea came in this year with no experience, and he's done really well as well, with a lot of attention from Matty, so it's really good.
Those two examples you mentioned, they're both youngsters and both doing really well under Matt's guidance.
Yeah.
Have you been surprised how well Jordan Story's taken to life in the Championship?
Not really, no. Not because he's got the physical attributes, and he's almost at times, like watching him train, he'd do things that you think, what are you doing? But it's down to his naivety, because he was so young, that he'd do it, and he's doing it well. So fair play to him, and I hope he goes on to have a long, successful career. He's a good lad, Jordan. Really good lad.